They found out that Athena, my other name, was used to pay the dead man, and Justin started to doubt me. I felt like everything was falling apart. Solo told me it's getting really dangerous. He said the dead man was connected to bad people and someone from my past. That scared me a lot. Then, I felt like someone was watching me, which was terrifying. And then, Cherry and Pete tried to get Justin and me to have a romantic dinner, but it went wrong. The lights went out and Cherry screamed. What happened to Cherry? Is she safe? Who is behind all this? Is it because of something from my past? The mansion was plunged into chaos. Panic seized everyone as the echoes of Cherry's scream faded into a terrifying silence. Justin and I raced through the darkened hallways, our voices hoarse with fear, calling her name. Chester, his face pale but composed, barked orders to the security staff, his authority barely containing the rising tide of hysteria. "Cherry! Cherry!" I screamed, my voice cracking, my heart a hammer against my ribs. I tore through the rooms, desperate, frantic, the elegant furniture and artwork blurring into an indistinguishable mess. Justin was no better. His usually controlled demeanor had shattered, replaced by a raw, primal fear. He ripped open doors, his eyes wild, his voice a guttural roar. "She was just here," he muttered, his voice shaking. "She was with Pete." We found Pete huddled in his room, his small body trembling. "They took her," he whimpered, his eyes wide with terror. "A shadow. It took her." "A shadow?" Justin's voice was sharp, his grip on Pete's shoulders tightening. "What kind of shadow?" Pete shook his head, tears streaming down his face. "I don't know. It was fast. It was dark. The security team swarmed the mansion, searching every room, every corner. But Cherry was gone, vanished into the night. Suspicion began to fester, a poisonous seed planted in the fertile ground of fear. Who could have done this? Who had access? Who had a motive? Chester, unusually quiet, his face pale, his eyes darting around the room, added to the unease. "Chester," I said, my voice low, "you're in charge of security. How could this happen?" Chester's face tightened. "I don't know, Nora. We're investigating, but the security system was breached. Someone bypassed it." "Bypassed it?" Justin's voice was incredulous. "That's impossible. It's state-of-the-art." "It happened," Chester said, his voice clipped. "And we need to find out how." The possibility of an inside job hung heavy in the air, a suffocating cloud of suspicion. Someone within these walls had taken Cherry. As the hours ticked by and the search yielded nothing, my fear turned into a desperate rage. I couldn't wait any longer. I had to do something. I slipped away from the others, grabbing my phone. I dialed Solo's number, my voice trembling with urgency. "Solo," I whispered. "They took Cherry. I need your help. I need you to find her." Solo's voice was calm but firm. "I'm on it, Nora. Tell me everything you know." I poured out my fears, my suspicions, my desperation. Solo listened patiently, his voice a lifeline in the darkness. "I'll do everything I can," Solo said. "But Nora, be careful. You don't know who you're dealing with." I knew he was right, but I didn't care. I would risk anything to get my daughter back. As I ended the call, a flicker of movement caught my eye. In the shadows of the hallway, a figure stood watching me. I couldn't make out their face, but there was something familiar about their silhouette, something chillingly familiar. My heart pounded. Was it connected to the library incident? I remembered the library incident and decided to investigate myself. I went there and checked the book. It was a book on the history of the Hunt family. I grabbed it and started reading. As I flipped through the pages, a folded piece of paper fell out. It was an old letter, addressed to Justin's grandfather. The handwriting was faded, but I could make out a few words. A debt to be repaid, the child, vengeance. A chill ran down my spine. This was connected, I was sure of it. But what did it mean? I rushed to find Justin. "Justin, I found something," I said, my voice urgent. I showed him the letter. He read it, his expression hardening. "This is old," he said, "but I've heard stories. Rumors of a family feud, a long-forgotten grudge." "A grudge against your family?" I asked, my voice trembling. "It's possible," he said. "But why now? And what does it have to do with Cherry?" We were interrupted by a frantic cry from one of the security guards. "We found her," he yelled. She's in the old nursery." We raced to the nursery, a forgotten room at the end of a long, dark hallway. It was dusty and filled with cobwebs, a relic of a bygone era. Cherry was there, unharmed but terrified. She was sitting on an old rocking horse, a note clutched in her hand. I rushed to her, pulling her into a tight embrace. "Oh, my baby," I whispered, tears streaming down my face. "You're safe." Justin took the note, his expression grim. He read it aloud. "Took the wrong child this time? Next time, it will be Pete." The room fell silent, the weight of the threat heavy in the air. This wasn't just a kidnapping. It was a warning, a dark omen of things to come. The relief of finding Cherry washed over me in a tidal wave, but it was quickly followed by a chilling dread. The nursery, that forgotten room, filled with the ghosts of the past, and the ominous note. It was a warning, a deliberate act of terror designed to strike at the heart of our fears. Who would do this? Who would take my child, only to return her with such a chilling message? Was it someone from Justin's family? Someone with a long-buried grudge, as the letter suggested? Or was it someone from my past, a shadow I had tried to outrun, finally catching up? What did they want with Pete? What was their ultimate goal? And how far would they go to achieve it?